Prince Harry fully referenced royal drama at private Christmas event. Downton Abbey jokes and Kris Jenner fallout fuel family feud. Prince Harry has never been one to shy away from a good laugh, especially when it comes at the expense of his royal past. And this weekend was no exception. The Duke of Sussex, 41, took the stage at the British American Business Council's 65th annual Christmas luncheon in Santa Monica, California, on Friday, December 5, 2025, and delivered a speech that had the room in stitches. Amid the twinkling lights and festive cheer, Harry dropped a bombshell quip comparing his upbringing in the royal family to the iconic ITV series Downton Abbey, complete with all the drama, intrigue, and yes, even marriages to Americans, that defined his own high-profile union with Meghan Markle. It's the kind of self-deprecating humor that's become Harry's signature since Megxit. But coming just days before Christmas, it feels like a cheeky reminder of the palace life he's left behind, and the one he has no intention of returning to anytime soon. The event, held at the elegant Fairmont Miramar Hotel, gathered over 400 transatlantic executives for a night of networking, eggnog, and holiday spirit. Harry, making a surprise appearance as the keynote speaker, opened with a nod to the gathering's festive vibe. "This is my first proper Christmas party in a while," he quipped, drawing knowing chuckles from the crowd. But it was his Downton Abbey reference that stole the show. People sometimes ask if growing up with the royal family was a bit like Julian's, Fellows, Downton Abbey. Harry said, pausing for effect before landing the punchline. "Yeah, but only one of those worlds is filled with drama. Intrigue, elaborate dinners, marriages to Americans. And the other is a TV show." The room erupted in laughter, a mix of delight and relief that the prince, once the firm's most eligible bachelor, could now poke fun at the very institution that once confined him. It's a line that's pure Harry, witty, revealing, and laced with just enough edge to remind everyone of the soap opera he's escaped. Downton Abbey, with its upstairs-downstairs tensions and aristocratic scandals, has long been a cultural shorthand for British class drama. And Harry's analogy fits like a glove. From his memoir Spare Revelations about Balmoral nursery divisions, where brother William got the larger half as the heir, to the palace protocols that turned family meals into formal affairs, Harry's life was indeed a real-life period piece. And that marriage to an American? A not-so-subtle wink at Meghan, whose 2018 wedding upended royal norms and sparked the very feuds that led to their 2020 exit. Fans on social media went wild, with one tweeting, "Harry just dropped the mic on the Windsors. Downton Abbey but with more ghosts and fewer happy endings." Another added, "He's thriving in California, turning palace trauma into stand-up gold." But beneath the laughs, Harry's speech carried deeper notes of reflection. He spoke warmly about the unbreakable bond between Britain and America, crediting shared values and his own military service in Afghanistan for forging personal ties. "This partnership is deeply personal to me," he said, alluding to his life in Montecito with Meghan and their children, Archie, 6, and Lilibet, 4. He even joked about celebrating the 4th of July. "It's a new world to me, celebrating independence from Britain. And more specifically, independence from my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather." The crowd roared again, appreciating the prince's ability to blend nostalgia with irreverence. Yet, as one attendee told People, you could hear the undertone, "He's at peace. But the scars are still there." Speaking of scars, the timing of Harry's Downton dig couldn't be more poignant or pointed. Just days earlier, on December 3rd, he had guested on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, where he wandered the studio feigning an audition for a fictional Hallmark holiday flick called Gingerbread Christmas Prince Saves Christmas in Nebraska. When Colbert teased America's royalty fixation, Harry shot back, "Really? I hear you elected a king." A clear nod to Donald Trump's self-aggrandizing rhetoric and the No Kings protests that rocked the U.S. in October. The audience's mix of boos and cheers underscored the divide. But Harry pressed on, mocking CBS for settling Trump's baseless lawsuit, a multi-million-dollar payout that raised eyebrows in media circles. It's vintage Harry, using humor as both shield and sword, disarming critics while landing subtle truths. And then there's Christmas itself, the holiday that's become a flashpoint in the Sussex-Windsor feud. Harry's Santa Monica luncheon remark about it being his first Christmas party in a while was no accident, it's a subtle shade at the family gatherings he's been excluded from since 2018. Sources confirm the Sussexes won't be at Sandringham this year, with invitations deemed slim to none after a recent Hollywood misstep. Their appearance at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash on November 9th, hosted at Jeff Bezos' $165 million Beverly Hills mansion. In James Bond theme, the star-studded soiree drew A-listers like Kim Kardashian, Oprah Winfrey, and Snoop Dogg. Harry and Meghan arrived hand in hand. Meghan in a sleek black Balenciaga bodysuit that turned heads. But hours later, photos of the couple with Kris and Kim mysteriously vanished from Instagram, sparking whispers of palace pressure. A source told Us Weekly, the chances of the Sussexes being invited to Royal Christmas are slim. There are concerns about whether or not trust can be rebuilt. The party, on the eve of Remembrance Sunday, a solemn day for the Windsors, was seen as tone-deaf, especially without poppies pinned to their outfits. Palace insiders fumed. If they are going to go out and look like Hollywood players, it's at odds with what the palace and royal family members would do. The photo scrubbed down? Blamed on the Sussexes about last night regret, with claims they didn't consent to interior shots. To avoid further ruffling feathers during fragile reconciliation talks, Kim Kardashian reportedly fumed. You've already been packed outside and at Baby 2 Baby with Serena. What's the problem? The fallout has left Hollywood buzzing, with one insider calling it a classic unforced error. That handed William more ammunition. For Harry, the Jenner party was meant as a light escape. A night with friends like Serena Williams. Amid Archewell deadlines and Invictus planning. But in royal eyes, it screamed Hollywood elite. Clashing with the firm's low-key ethos. Harry's Downton joke, then, feels like a defiant retort. Yes, my life was scripted drama, but I am directing my own now. As Sandringham looms, the Sussexes will celebrate quietly in Montecito. Perhaps with Doria Ragland and palm trees. Far from the trestle tables and title queues. Harry's luncheon line about it being his first Christmas party in a while landed with poignant irony. A subtle nod to exclusions that sting even in jest. Fans on Reddit's royalty T-vented. Let them have their California Christmas, the firm's too toxic anyway. Others lamented the rift. Kris Jenner's bash should NT be the hill to die on. 5 years post-Megxit, Harry's comedy feels like therapy. Turning pain into punchlines, palace ghosts into gags. From Spare's Balmoral nurseries to Downton's drawing rooms. He's reclaimed the narrative. And as Christmas lights twinkle over Montecito, one thing's clear, Harry's not just surviving the drama. He's scripting the sequel, with laughs louder than